let's turn to page 201. 201. So this is a compilation of very important passages, and some of which point to the benefits of practicing the wisdom of emptiness, and some of which are the actual stanzas, very precious stanzas, oftentimes used by His Holiness the Dalai Lama for meditation, with which His Holiness inspires, with which the people are inspired. The lights, I think they're there, from there. Yes. Okay, so with which people are inspired to practice the wisdom of emptiness, and some stanzas which I added more on the basis of the studies that we did in the Mahayana universities, say some of which I felt would be very helpful. So this is a compilation of the important passages. Okay, so what I would suggest is that one thing that finally we should be benefited. The benefit in, say, revolutionizing our thinking, revolutionizing the pattern, the trend for life, where our life turns. Okay, so in some cases, more like, what is dharma? Dharma I will do when I reach age 18, right? So first let me go through this, okay, first let me stabilize my life. And some people, no, okay, I will do the life, okay, the plus dharma together. And some people, okay, now I'm already 30, I will turn more towards dharma. No, now I'm 40, I'll turn more towards dharma. Now I'm 50, I'll turn more towards dharma. Right? So the thinking differs. Finally, the point is that finally, the benchmark is that when we turn closer and closer towards the time of death, right? That we should have no regret. Okay, I'm very happy that I'm able to utilize my life for dharma more. So that is required. And then not only just turn towards dharma more, but effectively into dharma. What is dharma? Any system which takes you to cleanse your mind of the two demons. What are the two things? What is that system which will make you to cleanse your mind? Primarily the wisdom of emptiness and bodhisattva. And for the bodhisattva, the support of the wisdom, the support of the renunciation. And then the wisdom of emptiness with the support of the shamatha. Right? So we see that if our mind, our life is somehow geared more towards these four things, and precisely the emptiness, with emptiness, and say, once you get a glimpse of this, then every day you're trying to take the dose of emptiness, every day, at least. And in fact, this is, interestingly, this is one of the tantric vows, that you should think about emptiness at least once every day. This is so important. Now, if you get a glimpse of emptiness, then we see that my thinking becomes very different when I'm going to emptiness. This is what we will get. And on that basis, sometimes we may be a little tired, sometimes we may, say, be engrossed with the, say, other things and so forth. Then, okay, it's fine. Otherwise, because that is the main essence for you, not only in this life, in future lives as well. This is so important. So, once you get a glimpse of this, through extensive learning, see how much you can take a dose of emptiness every day. Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then if you more, say, if you become more confident with this, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes every day, taking a dose of emptiness, you will see that finally this is the meaning of my life, right? This is the meaning of my life. Okay, so say this morning prayer, what we said was that when you think about impermanence, that 200 years back in time, people as young as some of you, and say different ages were there 200 years ago. Today, not even a single person slept. All are gone. Now 7 billion human beings are here with us today. 7 billion human beings. 200 years later in time, not even a single person is going to be left. I guarantee, or not going to go away. Right? So now, from this point of view, seeing from a very large the frame of the reference, then we see that all what you're doing is just very trivial. Right? It's just very true. Say working for the money. Money is important. But if you dedicate everything on this is what, even if you are very successful, right? Everything on this, then after 200 years, not even a single person is going to be left then, right? We have to leave everything behind. What we can take is only the virtues and the negativities, right? This is what we're going to take. Everything is going to be left behind. Your children, your parents, your this, your that, whatever, everything will be left behind. Only virtue is going to be what you can take. And what virtue? The wisest people will take the wisdom of emptiness and Bodhisattva. The wisest of people, right? This is the wisdom. Okay, this is so precious. So let us turn to page 201. And once in a while, I would suggest that once in a while, say like, if possible, in 2-3 days time, we can recite this, right? We can read this. This will inspire us. Okay, this is so important, wisdom of emptiness. The Bodhisattva himself said the importance of wisdom of emptiness. Arya Nagarjuna said the wisdom of emptiness, and all the great saints said the wisdom of emptiness. And the wisdom of emptiness is how we should be meditating. You'll be very much inspired. You'll get so much of strength and inspiration. With so much strength and inspiration, what happens in your next life? Except for wisdom of emptiness and bodhicitta, you don't feel like doing anything, right? Since your childhood, these habits you will build up if you do it from now on. So reading these stanzas, reading these passages, every now and then will be very helpful. So therefore, what I would suggest is that see if you can read these stanzas every day, right? And then if possible, okay, this time we do not have really the time to go into how to design your practice, but once in a while we'll discuss about this, right? So discuss on how to design your meditation on emptiness, exclusive on emptiness. What if you have like 5 minutes, how to meditate? If you have like 10 minutes, if you already they dedicate 10 minutes exclusively on the emptiness, what should you be meditating, what should you be doing, right? Okay, so this is very important. Okay, let's read this together. Okay, the first stanza, I'll quickly explain this. First para given by the Precious Chant Sutra. So this is the Bodhisattva when he was comparing the two Bodhisattvas. One Bodhisattva who generated bodhicitta since many eons ago. For so many eons, person A had been a Bodhisattva, but without wisdom of emptiness. And on the other hand, freshly developed or someone who freshly became Bodhisattva just one day, just 10 days, right? 10 days or 1 day or 1 year. So these two Bodhisattvas, who accumulates greater wealth of merit, Buddhist gentleman said that of course the Bodhisattva, the second one, who is freshly become a Bodhisattva and yet with the wisdom of emptiness. The first one being a Bodhisattva for many eons but without wisdom of emptiness. So the Buddha is saying that the second one accumulates much more merit as compared to the first one. What made the difference? Because of the wisdom of emptiness. Okay, let's read this. Given by the Precious Chant Sutra, but usually whoever listens, even without, to this teaching on emptiness, generates much greater merit than a Bodhisattva who, lacking skill in means, practices the six perfections for 100,000 eons. This being so, what need is there to say anything about a person who listens to this teaching without doubt? What need is there to say anything about a person who imparts the scripture in writing, memorizes it, and also teaches it thoroughly and extensively to others? That treasure one does Gom Sutra. Any person who possesses all these 10 great non-virtues enters into the teaching of selflessness and has faith and conviction that all phenomena from the beginning pure of true existence does not go to a bad rebirth. Section Subduing Devil's Sutra. If any bhikshu realizes that all phenomena are absolutely pacified by inherent existence, and the beginning of defilements is devoid of self-nature, it removes the guilt of having defilements and make unstable the defilements, thus deeming even the immeasurable negativity is dysfunctional, that are known the secondary wrongs done associated with ethics and rituals. Arya responded verses. Those with less merit will not even have a doubt in this dharma of ultimate reality. Should a doubt ever arise in someone, it will shatter samsara into pieces. Acharya chuckled with his head to the middle way. Even as an ordinary being, when hearing about emptiness, if one experiences with an utter joy again and again, tears flow from such pure joy moisten one's eyes, and one's hair stands on end, one has the seed of the wisdom of full awakening. Upadedika Sutra. The various delightful flowers blossom, and the sparkling supreme golden ball stands to the array. For none of these is there a creator, yet a positive but a part of thought. There is no conceptualization that the world is imputed. Bhikkhuni Vajira's utterance in the Pandanavika Sutra. The mind is demonic, we should view as a true self. We have a wrong view. These composition aggregates are empty. There is no being in them. Just as one designates a car, the independence upon a collection of parts, so there are conventional sentient beings and dependence upon aggregates. Venerable Shamara's writings. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. Okay, say we subject something to the ultimate analysis. We subject something to the ultimate analysis, and then what do you end up? You will end up seeing that the object which we are looking for is not findable. So, not finding anything in this context, not finding anything through the ultimate analysis is finding the ultimate reality. Now, this is a very profound subject. You're getting it? Okay, so this, don't forget it. Okay, just in literal sense, it means not finding anything is finding the reality. Not finding anything is finding the supreme, right? But the meaning, it doesn't mean that you don't see anything is seeing supreme. It's not the meaning. So with the ultimate analysis, you look for something, you see that nothing is really here, right? That is finding the ultimate truth. Supreme meaning, ultimate truth, right? Okay, this is, just keep this in mind. Later on, if you get a little time, we can also go through this. Okay, let's see. And this is what also the Buddha said. This is what Buddha said. Not seeing anything is seeing the supreme. Okay. Venerable Shamara's writings. Let's read this together. Searching for reality throughout space, one finds not the periphery nor the center. All perception cease completely. Likewise, through the total search of mind and phenomena, one finds not even an atom of essence. Since the searching mind is not found, not seeing anything is seeing the reality. Saint Saraha's writings. This is very important. How important it is for us to have the need of the wisdom and the compassion together. With the wisdom, without compassion, it will not take you to the supreme enlightenment, Buddhahood. With compassion, without wisdom, we cannot even cross samsara. You cannot even cross samsara. Meaning, with compassion, without wisdom, you cannot even get rid of samsara. You'll be trapped in samsara. Only those who have the combination of the two will cross samsara, will achieve Buddhahood, right? So, because of, will achieve Buddhahood, the Supreme will achieve Buddhahood, but will continue to will be not trapped in the bliss of Buddhahood. Because of compassion, by seeing emptiness, you will be free from samsara, right? And then you will not be trapped in nirvana, the wonder of the nirvana. Because of compassion, they will continue to benefit sentient beings. You're getting it? Okay, let's read this. Sensara Surates. And by the way, Sensara was the teacher of Arya Nagarjuna. Don't forget it. By entering into emptiness, but devoid of compassion, one will not find the supreme power. By meditating upon compassion alone, one will not attain liberation, but remain in samsara. The one capable of grasping the unity of the two will not remain in samsara, nor abide in personal nirvana. King of Concentration Sutra. Just as in the dream of a young girl, she met with a boy and saw his death. So was she at a meeting, and we all phenomena as thus. Arya Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom is the middle way. Through ceasing karma and afflictions, nirvana is achieved. Karma and afflictions arise from distorted perceptions. These arise from elaborations or grasping into existence. Elaboration sees by way into emptiness. Neither aggregates, no different from aggregates. The aggregates don't depend on him, nor is he dependent on them. The Tathagata doesn't possess aggregates, versus the Tathagata. That which dependent originates is constituted by independent existence. That which dependent designated is the middle way. Since there is no phenomenon, there is no dependent originated, therefore there is no phenomenon, there is no empty. Arya Nagarjuna's precious garland. If the person is not earth, not water, not fire, not air, not space, not also consciousness, and not all of them, where is the person out of those? Just as a person is not truly existent because of being an aggregation of the 6 elements, each element also is not truly existent as the aggregations of their own constituents. Arya Nagarjuna's commentary on Bodhisattva. Those who understand this emptiness of phenomena, they also conform to the law of karma and its results. There is more amazing than amazing, there is more wondrous than wondrous. 400 verses. When dependent arising is seen, ignorance does not occur. Thus, with all efforts, try to find its subject. His Holiness is Dalai Lama's guided the view of full mindfulness. The sphere of appearing and existing phenomena is pervaded by the space of the ultimate clear light of suchness. There is an ineffable ultimate reality. View this nature of emptiness to abandon mental contrivances. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it in the ambience of reality. Through not losing mindfulness, hold it in the ambience of reality. At the crossroads of the 6 collections of consciousness, there are diverse perceptions. I see the hazy, dualistic phenomena which are baseless. There is a magical show that is by nature deceptive. Don't believe them to be true, but view them as having the nature of emptiness. Don't let your mind go astray, but place it in the nature of appearance and emptiness. Without losing mindfulness, hold it in the nature of appearance and emptiness. His Holiness afforded Dalai Lama's praise for proliferating the Dhamma method snows. Venerable Mahayana Geshe Dorji and so on. The host of precious country, the source of blessings. The Chiromanic Son Masters of this outstanding tradition. To you all I pray, may the Buddha Dhamma of the level snows place forevermore. All phenomena encompassing samsara and nirvana are but the radiance of spontaneous awareness. Awareness itself, devoid of elaborations, is realized in the nature of the Dhammakaya. Pervading whole existence, the appearances of samsara and nirvana is a great Mahamudra. May the Buddha Dhamma of the level of snows place forevermore. In praise of Dhamma Sadhu, impermanent suffering is free to purify the mind. The Dhamma that is unsurpassed and purify the mind is the life of intrinsic nature. Okay, concluding praying on the commentary on Arya Nagarjuna's fundamental wisdom in the middle way. Okay, this prayer, in fact, what made me include this here was that when I was studying, when I was a student myself in Jaipur Muslim Monastery, and we were studying the Muhammadan Karika on the basis of the Lama's commentary. When we were studying that, and then I was reading alongside, I was reading on my own. When I read that, in the end, I came across this prayer, which Lama said in the end of the text. I was so moved by this prayer. Then I started to include this prayer in my daily practice every day. Every night before I go to bed, I include this as a part of my end dedication prayer. So this is very powerful. So this, by saying this prayer, what happens? Two things happening. One is that it's all about the wisdom of emptiness and dependent origination. So that seed of the understanding inside interdependent illusion wisdom and treatise is activated. And that is done, that you do that for the sake of other sentient beings. You're praying that may I be able to hold this teaching, hold the teaching of Buddha Dharma in general, and the teaching on emptiness in particular, to liberate all sentient beings, for the sake of all sentient beings, right? And that too by being guided by a Manjushri, the Buddha of the wisdom, the thought and official of times, even the cosmic life. So when you say this, the wisdom is activated and compassion is activated for others, right? So this is very powerful practice. So just see if you can also include this in our own daily devotion prayers. Okay, let's read this together. Dharma and official of times will always be guided by a Manjushri and be able to uphold the Dharma in general and the teachings of independent religion in particular, even in the cosmic life. Okay, so this part, Sadhana of the Shri Heluga, this I like to explain. This is very, very powerful, very beautiful, and if possible, try to include this in your, say, daily practice. Right? This is Shri Heluga is the name of a Buddha. Shri Heluga is the name of Buddha. The Buddha manifested in the different deities. So one form of the deity with in which the Buddha manifested for the benefit of others is Shri Heluga. This is perfect deity, right? Shri Heluga. So let's see that how the Buddha chose this whole sacred name, Shri Heluga. It's amazing, amazing. Okay. Okay. When we're done, you are saying this, Shri Heluga Sadhana, right? In Tibetan, in English. English, okay. In Tibetan, I say this stanza, this one is Shri Heluga. So say Shri Heluga, Shri Heluga, Shri Heluga. In Tibetan. Heli Gungu Junas Yusem Te Gu, so Shri, the first Shri Heluga, 4 syllables. So the explanation comes, He first, Ru, explaining what He is, explaining what Ru is, explaining what Ka is, then explaining what Shri is, right? Okay, 4 things down. So Shri, Heli Gungu Junas Yusem Te Gu, then Tawa Shri, Tawa Shri, Tawa Runa Kasaga Tawas, Nando Chalu, the Nalanda Kasaga Damdul. Kani, the Honani, Eugene, the Susan, about Shiri, you don't like Shida, this is the Tibetan version. So I translated this into English, the following. So the meaning, I'm going to explain this to you. This is so precious, so precious. If you can include this as a part of your prayers, daily prayers, and to the best you can, try to say, recall the meanings, right? Meanings. It's pretty easy in English, right? The point is, okay, let's see. Say, it's talking about non-duality, right? Okay, let's say, in the dream, we dream of all sorts of things. And you dream of yourself standing, walking around, and you are the subject. You are the subject, and you meet with many things, or as objects. So objects, subjects, okay. Okay, tell me, from the point of view of somebody who's woken up, and you are in a dream, you are sleeping in your bed, and then you dream of you dream of walking here, going there, going to cafeteria, right? And so forth. So we see so many things, the weather is good, weather is bad, it's raining, it's sunny, and you're drinking, say, water or juice, and then talking, and so forth. Okay, so what you see, those were the objects. Who is seeing those things? You are the subject. You getting it? You are the subject. Subject, object. When you wake up, objects which you encountered in the dream, they were all just a dream. And the person who was walking here and there seeing things, that was also your dream, right? Object dissolves, subject dissolves, right? Now today, now, what do you see? Object, subject, duality see? You as the subject, and you're looking at me, you're looking at Thanga, they're all seen as object. So it's the object there, subject there, there are two things. Two things is duality. Right? You in the center and all others are what you're seeing. These are the objects and you are the subject. So subject-object duality. You getting it? Okay. So now what happens is that Shri He Ruka, hey, subject object, object dissolves. You see the emptiness of the object. Right? Now what is left? Only one is left. Ru, subject dissolves. The self, the person dissolves. The subject dissolves. Ru. Right? Okay. Now the Ka. So what is left now? Non-duality is left. This is Ka. Non-duality is left. Ka. Shri, who is seeing this non-duality? Your own wisdom is seeing this. Your own wisdom, which is, okay, let's see. Now the non-duality is object. Now the non-duality, subject dissolves, object dissolves. What is left? Non-duality is left. Who is seeing this? Your mind is seeing this. So now non-duality becomes your object and your mind becomes the subject. So this mind is non-dual with a non-duality is object. Right? You getting it? Okay. Shri He. What is He? The emptiness of the object. He Ru, emptiness of subject. What is Ka? A non-duality. What is Shri? The wisdom. The wisdom which ceases non-duality. Right? The wisdom which ceases non-duality in a non-dual form. What's the problem?
Yes.
If you open it,
We'll keep shutting.
keep shutting. Is there something? The point is that this, the voice of emptiness, this will go out. Yeah, go out and imprints. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, if both the doors open, this is better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Okay. So all others will be connected with Shri Hiruka. Yeah. Okay. So now the point is, okay, say this is so precious. Okay, tell me. Say you are fast asleep, dreaming, and you're dreaming of, all sorts of things. You wake up, tell me. Okay, first, let's go to the first part. You wake up. In the dream, you were there. You wake up, in the dream there was a dreaming mind. You wake up, the dreaming mind, this continuous flow, yes, no? Dreaming mind continues, it wakes up, the dreaming mind wakes up. Now it came in the form of the waking mind, wakeful mind. Wakeful mind, you getting it? Okay. So this is the first step. This where, everything that came in the dream was just my mind. You getting it? Everything in the dream dissolved in your mind. You get with me? Everything you had in your dream, they all dissolved in your mind. Okay, which means that all the objects with which I interacted in the dream, they're all like a sucked up into my mind. They all dissolve in my mind. When you wake up, nothing's left there. One. This is not Shri Hiruka. This is the first beginning. That everything in the dream sucked up into my mind. Right? Now what you have is your mind, all these dream contents imprints. Where are they? In the mind now. Right? So this mind represents all other phenomena. this mind represents all other phenomena. So for example, I close my eyes, I close my eyes and I fall asleep, right? So everything that I was perceiving, it just dissolved in your own mind. This is the first step. In other words, just as the dream contents all dissolved into your mind, all other phenomena with respect to you, they will all dissolve into you when we die. Dissolve into your mind when we die. So your mind represents all the phenomena with which you interact. You getting it? Okay, this is so important. This is so important. So your mind represents all the phenomena with which you interacted. Which means that your mind represents all the phenomena. Phenomena what? Objects. And you as a person. Okay, when you speak of a subject, there are so many kinds. Subject in the form of the mind. Subject in the form of the person. Subject in the form of the labels. You getting it? So here, Shirihiruka context, subject is in the form of the person. Object in the form of the mind. Mind represents the, for example, let's say, okay, so we are having the UNO Council, right? Theory Council. So there, 7 billion human beings come, 7 billion human beings, they come, they don't come. Their representatives come, right? So Indian representative goes there. So that single person represents little over 1 billion human beings. One single person represents 1 billion human beings. Likewise, our mind represents all phenomena, all objects with which we interact. You get me? Because, say, if we have a colorblind, if our eyes are colorblind, what do you see of the world? You see the world very different from how the other people see. You agree with me? So what you see is nothing but how your mind sees it. You're getting it? Okay, by the way, I'm interested to ask Dr. Anitaji. Say, if you have a very severe joint test, to the extent that your eyes become so yellow, okay, tell me, is it that the white will be seen yellow or the white will be seen as white?
Still be seen as white. The text it says yellow, but it's not. It still sees as white. It's just the conjunctiva becomes yellow, but the cornea is still, and the lens is unaffected. So it will still be seen as white. So though the text says that if something will have great jaundice, then things look yellow, it's not completely correct from a medical
Okay, so the point is that say with the jaundice, the eye lens cannot be affected.
Just the conjunctiva.
That's fine. Eye lens cannot be affected. Okay, usually not, sometimes yes.
No,
Then why should you say usually?
I shouldn't say usually.
Okay.
I've never seen such a case.
Okay, so let's say that what is that thing? You see what's the problem? Say 40 plus, right? 40 plus, 45 plus, then it becomes more and more the prominent. The bee is flying. Huh? How many of you seen that? If you have seen that, you are 40 plus. Shweta, you are not 40 plus.
No, I'm almost 50.
Huh?
I'm almost 50.
No, I thought you were 30 something. Right? When I was first, my teacher, of course, my teacher, he said, yes, I can see the beast here, right? Because he's studying the text. And he said, yes, what the text says is I can see this. I was just wondering what was that line. Then slowly, 20, 30, I hit 30, then I hit 40. In the 40s, I also started to see bees. Oh, there's a bee there. I'm so interested, I was so keen to look at it, what exactly is the bees lying, right? Like this, the bee one runs here. And again, I left, again it comes back. It was just what is happening to the eyes. It's not really the outside. You getting it? Okay. Where is that? In the eyelids or where?
In the retina. It's called floaters. They're called
Floaters.
floaters.
Yeah.
What happens is as you get older, parts of the retina, those areas, you can start seeing them. You just have to look at some light and you can see them floating.
Okay.
So it's not floaters.
Okay, so let's say that, right, say with defective eyes, or let's say we put on the blue glasses, let's put in the blue glasses, with which we see the whole world very differently, right? And it's, the way you see is not really there, but it's what you're seeing, purely what your mind creates. You get it? When you remove the blue glasses, all what you see blue, it was not really there, or just going to the imprints of your mind. You getting it? Okay. Likewise, we see that when you put on glasses, this is just a mere perception. Outside there's something there. This is illusion. In other words, you're getting it? What we are all seeing outside there is not really something there as objectively there, other than just how mind sees. So therefore, what happens is, okay, let's say it is like waking up from the dream consciousness all go into the mind. Likewise, our mind, all phenomena with which we interact, they all dissolve into your mind. So our mind, in other words, our mind represents all the objects with which we interact. You're getting it? This is one thing that we need to keep in mind. Okay, this is one thing. So the shiri, hey, it talks about what? Emptiness of, or emptiness of the objects, the phenomena. Okay, let's say status of a person. Well, it's the same. Okay, say the same. Physically, I'm a little unhappy. Physically, I'm a little, say, tired, or I'm tired today, right? And because I'm a little tired, I'm a little, say, a little irritable or irritated. And then somebody says, okay, Geshe, you got a cup of, is it the glass of water? What glass of water? Right? Okay, it irritates more. It irritates more. You getting it? Okay. So say the point is that your mind, in the irritable state of your mind, irritated state of your mind, the world is seen as very different. It's different. When you have very peaceful, when you have a very peaceful mind, when your mind is at peace, you see the world is very calm, everything is so beautiful. Even the leaves falling is aesthetically beautiful, right? Everything is aesthetically beautiful, right? When your mind is very agitated, even the beautiful flowers, they're not beautiful. Okay, so this is how mind creates. Okay, now with this, the thing is, what you are seeing, instead of going into every detail, this is empty object, that is empty object, that leaves empty object. How many objects are there? Millions and trillions and infinite numbers of things there. Now, if you see emptiness of the mind, mind is the one which represents all. So that suffices seeing the emptiness of all other objects with which you interact, right? So I interact with the object. I interact with the object. I and the person and the object. There are two things, right? So if the object, say if I'm angry towards person A, how should I get rid of the anger? Anyone? If I'm angry towards person A, how should I get rid of the anger?
See the good qualities. See the good qualities.
Okay, see the good qualities of the other person, right? Okay, I don't really have the time to see the good qualities of the other person.
See him dream like he or she.
Okay, see, no, I don't have the really, just today, just in few minutes. Okay, just in few minutes, I don't have the capacity to understand emptiness right away, right? The best thing is, either let the person, hey, get out. Don't stay close to me, otherwise you will get a slap. Get out, right? Let the other person run away from you. Object, or the subject run away. Right? Or if you don't have the gut to say, get out, you run away, right? Two things. Either you dissolve the object or you dissolve the subject. So object and a subject negative emotions. How the negative emotion arise is that when the object is the subject when you meet, right? If you don't want to have the negative emotions arising, what you do, either see the emptiness of the object or see the emptiness of the subject, right? Either see the emptiness of the object, then the subject, only subject is there, and subject alone cannot have the anger. Or you remove the emptiness, you see the emptiness of the subject, even though the object is there, but this, I don't see I am angry, right? This will dissolve. So, emptiness of object, emptiness of subject. So, the subject is, in this context, the person. The person and object with which the person interacts. So, object with which the person interacts is known as phenomena. Phenomena other than the person, right? The person and the phenomena. So, we have to see either the emptiness of the person, technically is known as selflessness of the person, and the emptiness of the phenomena, technically known as selflessness of phenomena. You're getting it? Selflessness of person, selflessness of phenomena, in order to get rid of the negative emotions. Okay. Now for that reason, now let's make it more technical. Shiri he ruka. You're getting it? Okay. So the first hey, shiri will be dealt with last. First hey. When hey is the selflessness of phenomena. Selflessness of phenomena. The phenomena dissolves. Next is selflessness of person. The person dissolves. Selflessness of person. What is left now? Selflessness of phenomena and person. Phenomena dissolves, the person dissolves. What is left? Non-duality is left. That is ru. No, shiri. No, hey, ru, ka. Ka is the non-duality of the object subject. Ka, non-duality. Right? This non-duality, who is seeing this? Mind, wisdom of emptiness seeing this. So this non-duality and your wisdom of emptiness, these two are non-dual. Right? So you can see two non-dualities. Non-duality in the form of the object and the wisdom of emptiness which ceases non-duality, ceases in what fashion? Ceases in the form of non-duality. Right? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is what we are going to read here. So when we read this, what we do is that we fold our hands. Shiri Heruka, Shiri Heruka, Shiri Heruka. Hey is the selflessness of phenomena, the emptiness of the mind, which is the source of everything, as it is imputed to be of course in nature. Ru is the selflessness of person, the emptiness of the self that is fabricated or the conception of thought that arises the self of person. God is the ultimate reality, the absence of the dissonant duality of subject and object. Shiri is the non-dual exalted wisdom that abides in congruence with the emptiness of the object. This is the meaning of Eva. Okay, so when we read this, okay, the point is, after this, we will go through the main text, try to get some understanding, right? Okay, if you discuss this subject with the monastic, the monks in the monastic universities, right? Say like who are in the 10th year, 12th year, some maybe like 4th year, 5th year, right? Oh, I have to get some understanding of emptiness. They will see, they might see this so weird. Did you encounter with such monks? Oh, emptiness is very difficult. Do you encounter with such monks? Oftentimes there is a, what are you saying? Emptiness is so difficult, right? So, they say, whereas, for example, my teacher, if they hear from you that, oh, sir, I must understand emptiness, at least get a glimpse of emptiness, they'll be so happy, just be able to hear that. But many young monks, they see so weird. What are you talking about? We studied 10 years, still not getting anything, and then you are into 2 days, in what, 1/4. 2 days. And you think that you're getting glimpse and you're expecting. Okay, so there, don't feel discouraged, right? If you meet with the monks or the scholars who encourage you, you're very lucky, right? Whereas if somebody dissuades you, just ignore. Your job is to get a glimpse of emptiness. How? You're going to do it, right? Don't worry. Even be that very gross, it doesn't matter. Be that very gross, it doesn't matter. Start from the air. Start from the air, we never know. Where you reach, you may get a very advanced level, we never know. Right? This is so precious. Okay, with this, then when you say this, not just recitation, the way we did now, we have to actually meditate on this, right? Say for example, Shiri Heruga, Shiri Heruga, Shiri Heruga. Then stop there. Rune Kansaga Damu is the number which I will be the Nalanda Kansaga Damu Batam. Can I take one and you use any between the Susan Yusumine Bata, abiding this non duality? Object dissolves, subject dissolves. Shiri, you don't want to what they should just be instrumentation ever with no. Then see, who sees this experience? My own mind is seeing this, which is non-dual Buddhist non-duality. Okay, this is how we should be doing it, right? Okay, this is so precious. Okay. It's the same. It's the same. Evam. Evam, the literal meaning is very simple. Thus. Thus. Right? But in Tantra, it encompasses everything of Tantra in these two syllables. Thusness, exactly. Yeah. So therefore, this is amazing. So how Tantra, if you really understand Tantra in its pure form, in its very subtle form, this goosebumps will come in your body. Just this word, thus did I hear at one time, or thus I ate. Why did you eat the food? Because I was a little hungry, thus I ate, thus. As simple as that. But when you bring it into Tantra, it encompasses everything of the tantric complexities, all summarized in this one syllable. Right? Thus. Okay. Which stanza? Very auspicious.
Yeah, steady things.
Yeah. Okay. Which stanza are we doing?
27.
27. Okay. Okay. Although the illusion is not truly existent, it is still an object of view. So it is for the viewer. So now, you are Prasangika and I am Chittamatra. So, you are telling me, okay, let's say you are Chittamatra and I am Prasangika. I'm telling you that although the illusion is not truly existent, it is still an object of view. You said that all the external worlds, they don't exist. It's illusion. But you are seeing this? Yes. So although it is illusion, but it is your object. Right? So illusion can be object. Likewise, from my point of view, I'm presenting you from my point of view, right? Even your subject is also illusion, like still it is subject. Both subject and object can be illusion, still they can be object and subject. Whereas Chittamatra, what they say is that, okay, external is not there. Internal, the mind, that truly exists. That truly exists. If the mind does not truly exist, then who sees the illusion? Right? Who sees this illusion? Okay, this is the argument. Now, Prasangika is saying that both are illusion. Not illusion, illusion-like. Both are illusion-like. Still, one is object and one is subject. Within the illusion-like nature, things operate as subject and object. It is visible. Although the illusion, 27, although the illusion is not truly existent, it is still an object of view. So it is for the viewer. The viewer although it is like illusion line, still it remains as a viewer of the subject. Suppose you see object, but samsara must have some truly existing functional things as a support, otherwise it would be like a space. Okay, this is a very strong argument from the lower schools like Chittamatra and so forth. So what they say is that, okay, let me say that, okay, let's say this pen. Oh, this pen. Oh, this is very good pen. Now suppose, no, this is very bad pen, right? So we argue that this is bad, this is good, this is made of gold, this is made of wood, this is made of this, whatever whatever imputation that we make, but there should be some basis there. The basis, the pen there. Pen as a substance must be there, which is real, right? But the way I said, it's so good pen, or way you say, it's not so good pen, so this may be illusory. This may differ. Characteristics, descriptions may differ, but what is described should be there. Do you agree with me? What is described must be solidly there, and then the descriptions can differ. So what is being said here is that, suppose we see object, but samsara must have some truly. If samsara is like illusion, is like illusion, but samsara becomes like a description. This is not a good place to stay, it's a suffering place, descriptions. And some say, no, samsara is a very beautiful place, right? You come out of samsara, no, I'm so happy, right? Samsara is so nice, I can go to fast hotel, I can go to Goa beach, right? I can go on holiday, it's so beautiful place, right? So, I'm not going to leave samsara. Right? Some say, no, samsara is a terrible place, with all these happy moments, they are just illusory. You meet with one moment of losing your near and dear ones, that's good enough. Just to feel the hollowness of the samsara. Okay, so there are divergent views. So but there must be something there in samsara, right? Something there as the part aggregates as the samsara. Something must be there. Okay, so that's something. Although there's which then people describe. Samsara is nice, samsara is not nice, right? On this basis, then the descriptions can be given. So there must be something there as a substance to describe. So that is the intrinsic reality, objective reality, right? This is very important. Let's say, okay, hey, Rahim is missing?
Yeah.
Oh, Rahim is there, okay, right? Okay, say, I am Prasangya, and you are all following Chittamatra of the lower schools, right? Hey, where's Rahim? Rahim's here. Where's Rahim? See Rahim, still ask, where's Rahim? Rahim has how many aggregates? Hey, how many aggregates Rahim has? 5 aggregates. Now, after seeing Rahim, still asking where Rahim is. Means I'm looking for the 5 aggregates. I'm looking for Rahim within the 5 aggregates. Within the aggregates, hey, you are from the lower schools. Hey, of the 5 aggregates, which is Rahim?
Mind.
Aggregate of consciousness, aggregate of the mind. You are getting it? Okay. Where are you? I'm here. Where? In my mind. Right? So therefore, it says that according to those schools, there must be some substance there to hold on to. Substance there, like the mind, as the self. There must be some substance. On the basis of some, for example, okay, let's say, when you go to Bangalore, what are those people in Bangalore known as? Bangaloreans. Rahim is Bangalorean? Good. Bangalorean. So Rahim's mind is Bangalorean? No? Rahim atoms. Body is made of millions of atoms. Which of atoms is Bangalorean? Right? Atoms Bangalorean doesn't make any sense. Right? If you go like this, it dissolves. But, so this, that I'm a Bangalorean, that I'm a, say, that I am, say, Rahim may be like what, 22 years old? Rahim 22 years old? Okay, let's say 30 years old Rahim, right? Okay, 30 years old Rahim, Rahim mind is 30 years old. Mind is much more. Mind, all of us, very old, right? Thousand years old mind, right? Oh, our body is 30 years old, right? Body?
Yeah.
Body is 30 years old, are you sure? Huh?
Yeah. Regenerate the ritual.
Saying the except for some of the brain cells, maybe some exception to other parts as well. 80% of our body, right? Within like 20 years, it changes, right? So therefore, the body is not like 30 years old, right? If you see like this, where is this person by the name Rahim? 30 years old boy, right? Like this. Where is that? Okay, we can keep the door open, the windows we can close. Fine? Yeah.
Yeah, you want the fan?
You want to switch off? Okay.
No, not that. This.
Yes.
Some windows can be open.
Yes, something you open, yes. Okay. So the point is that, say, where are you? I'm here. And seeing you, still you ask, where are you? Which means you are looking for the substance, one of the aggregates. So it says that, okay, 27. Suppose you still object, but samsara must have some truly existent function thing as its support, some essence there. On that basis, then we describe the samsara. Otherwise, it would be like space. Otherwise, if there's no really substance there, it becomes like imaginary. If it's purely subjective. Purely subjective means, then it becomes imaginary. Right? It becomes imaginary. 28. Well, how could a non-thing supported by truly existent thing come to have a function of giving rise to bondage and liberation? Say, if there's some essence there, truly existent essence there, on that basis, then samsara, nirvana are created, are conceived. Then that essence, what is that essence? Objective existence, intrinsic existence. That is what the Sangha rejects. That is what the Sangha rejects. So when that is rejected, when that is not there, when that is not really there, we can reject it. Truly existent phenomena can be rejected. If that is rejected, then what is described on it, it becomes meaningless. Because, say, if there's no, say, the elephant in this hall. Oh, this elephant is very kind. Oh, no, it's not kind. It's only grass. Right? No, it eats the human food also. All these discussions become meaningless if the basis is not there. Likewise, if the objective existence is not there, then what is this objective existence? Then on the basis of samsara and nirvana, they all come to be. That becomes totally meaningless when objective existence is rejected. Okay. 28. Well, how could a non-thing supported by a truly existent non-thing like samsara, supported by a truly existent thing, come to have a function of giving rise to bondage and liberation? The mind, you asserted, would be reduced, in fact, to something existing alone by itself, accompanied by nothing. Okay, this is the now more like a conclusion drawn by the Prasangika towards the Chittamatra, saying that what you are seeing is not really there. External things don't exist. What is left? It is like only your mind is left. Your mind alone is left. Nothing. There's no rain, there's no wind, there's no house, there's no Bangalore, nothing. It's just your mind left. Okay. Something exists alone by itself, accompanied by nothing. There's nothing really outside. It's just the mind. Okay. 29. And if the mind is free of an object apprehension, then this mind does not have any object. Doesn't have any object. It is free of the object apprehension. Then everyone would be a one thus gone Buddha. What is Buddha? What is Buddha? The Buddha is where Buddha is a state of mind which is totally free of all mental stains. Yes, no? Right? So if the mind does not have any other objects, then there's no basis for the mind to have stains. Right? The mind should be so pure. Why these things happen is when the mind interacts with the object, then anger arises, stainness happens. Right? Then the negative actions hit the mind, and then is formed in the mind, negative karma is created. But there's nothing there for the action. So therefore the mind is so pure. If this mind is so pure, then this is Buddha's mind. Everyone should be Buddha. If everyone is Buddha, there's no need for philosophy, Chidamata philosophy. No need. It says 29. And if the mind is free of all due apprehension, then everyone would be a one thus gone, which is Buddha. And if that were the case, what benefit would there be to conceiving of mind only? Why should you teach mind only philosophy? No need. Right? Everyone is Buddha. Everyone knows the philosophy already. Right?
Geshela, you're saying that if the mind, if the object is not there, if the mind is free of the object, so the object is not there, but the mind is there, then the mind will become
totally free. Right?
The object is not there.
Okay, our mind is tainted. How the mind is tainted? Because when the mind interacts with the object, oh, this is good, this is bad, right? And then engage in negative karmas like this, then the mind becomes tainted. Because there's object there. If the object is not, if there is no external reality there, nothing really there external, then the mind is totally free of anything which can affect it. So the mind is never affected by any external objects. So the mind remains so pure. The purest of the mind is known as Buddha. Everyone should be Buddha. Right? If everyone is Buddha, why should you teach the philosophy of Holiness? Why should you teach the Chidamata philosophy? Okay. Next. Refuting the assertions that a path which understands emptiness is of no benefit. Okay. Now, this is interesting. This is easier now. So now, Chidamata is the argument against Prasangika. Say, I'm Chidamata, you are Prasangika. Then I argue against you. You are telling me, who is the you? You, the Prasangikas, are telling me that you are not, that the Buddha does not reject all what you see, what you hear, what you know, and so forth. What the Buddha rejects is objective existence, ignorance, grasping of objective existence phenomena. That is what the Buddha rejects. Only when we reject this, then one will be liberated. Otherwise, it's just useless. Right? Okay, now, I'm Chidamata, I'm telling you. And from your point of view, seeing the emptiness of objective existence is what liberates the beings. This is what you say? Yeah. Yes, you say yes, and you're very happy. So they say that seeing emptiness does not really help you to get rid of the freedom, get rid of the miseries. You say, no, I don't agree with you. Okay. Because seeing the emptiness, even if you see emptiness, still your negative emotions such as attachment can be very strong. You say, no, I don't agree with this. Then they give the example. It's a magician. Magician creates illusory, magical illusions. Like, say, the boys, girls, and so forth. And then the magician magician knows that all what is created, they are by his own creation. He knows that they don't exist objectively. But the still magician still becomes attracted to the illusion. Right? Okay. So then the Bodhisattva Shantideva answers by saying that here, although the magician knows that it is not objectively real, but say the power of the emptiness experience is so weak, negative force is stronger. Right? So by meditating on emptiness more and more, the power of seeing emptiness will become more and more strong. Then the negative sides, getting attached to things, will slow down, will go down. So this is how, it is not that you see emptiness and your negative emotions, gate, para samgati, bodhisattva. It's not that gate, bodhisattva. Yes, no? Hey, what is Choe style? Gate, bodhisattva, or gate, para samgati. Okay, so therefore, it is that the measures, the remedies should build up. Initially, the remedy is not that you can have the remedy and instantly the problem is over. The remedy, you have to build the strength. As the remedy builds up the strength, then the negativities will slowly go down. This is how we apply the remedies. Okay, so this part is pretty easy. Let's read this. Stanza 30. Suppose you ask, even upon knowing the illusion-like nature of things, how do disturbing emotions subside? Since lust for an illusory woman can arise even in the magician who can jerk her up. 31. Well, what happens is because they heretofore meaning up to this point, till that point, the conjurer meaning the magician, has not rid himself of dispositions of the disturbing emotions towards the knowable things. So, when he sees her, his inclination towards emptiness is still weak. 32. However, by habituating himself with imprint of understanding emptiness, he will rid himself of the remedy becomes stronger. As the remedy becomes stronger, the negative force will become weaker. 32. However, by habituating himself with the imprint of understanding emptiness, he will rid himself of the inclination to see things as truly existent. Then, by habituating himself with the emptiness of all phenomena, including even emptiness, later he or she will rid off even the idea of the true existence of the emptiness. Right? Say, for example, attachment to the person. You see the emptiness of the person, and then say you may feel attached to the emptiness of the person. Even that, by seeing the emptiness of emptiness, attachment to the emptiness of the person will go down. So that way the person can cut down the attachment to all phenomena. 33. Through not finding the object of investigation, the non-existence of that thing is claimed. Okay, this is what we discussed briefly with the what is that? Sensaraha, or which one? Not Sensaraha. Oh. Page 200. Who was the author of this passage? Not seeing anything, seeing the reality.
Shavara.
Shabara. 203. Oh, Shavara. The sense Shavara. Okay. Okay. So what it says here, through not finding the object of investigation, say the flower. Let's say the flower, you subject this flower to ultimate analysis. You subject the flower. How do you subject the flower to ultimate analysis? Hey.
Electron microscope.
By subjecting to electron microscope. How do the great saints of the past, for example, Buddha, they subject the flower to ultimate analysis? They have not electron microscope. How do they do it?
Angelic.
Look
at the parts.
Is the flower in the stem? Is the flower in the...
Wonderful. So you go beyond the border of conventionality. Where's the flower? There's a flower. This is conventional. When you say after seeing the flower, still you ask, the first atom is the flower, the second atom is a flower like this, you have crossed the border of conventionality. If you cross the border of conventionality, when will you find the flower?
Never.
You will never find the flower. You getting it? This is how we can subject the flower to ultimate analysis. Don't forget it. Okay. Now, When you subject the flower to object analysis, stanza 33, through not finding the object of investigation, do you find the flower?
No.
When you subject the flower to object analysis, you don't find the flower. So what have you found? You found the emptiness of the flower. You're getting it?
Yes.
You found the emptiness of the flower. Okay. Okay, interesting. Last time I think the Shantideva asked this question, right? Say, if you look at this flower through the electron microscope, you don't see the flower, right? Who's going to see the flower? Through the electron microscope, who's going to see the flower? No one's going to see the flower, right? Okay. Somebody who is someone who is from the street, if you bring the person and give it an electron microscope and ask him to see the flower, hey, do you see the flower? No. So, absence of the flower is seen. So even this person has realized emptiness.
Yes.
Wow. So realizing emptiness is very important. It's very easy. Keep an electron microscope in the middle of Bangalore. Right? Everybody let him see this. Or you have seen the Gade, then you already reached which part? Maybe Gade, some people maybe Paragade, right? Okay, that's amazing. Okay. This is a big question. Anyone who would like to help me? When you look through the electron microscope, when you see the flower disappears, you see the absence of the flower. Is this the absence of flower? Did you see the absence of flower? That's my question. What's the answer? If yes, then seeing absence becomes very easy. Right? It becomes very easy.
At that point of time, yes.
At that point of time, yes. Wow.
Emptiness of the object is seen. Emptiness of the object is seen.
Emptiness of the object is seen. Is seen or not seen?
Is seen.
Is seen. Okay, seeing emptiness is very easy. Right? You bring the
You are negating the conventionally existing flower.
You?
You are negating the conventional flower.
No. The person says, when I look at the electron microscope, I will not see the flower, right? When I remove the electron, I will see the flower. The person knows that.
Yeah.
So the person sees emptiness?
No.
No.
How not? Anyone who can help me? This big challenging question.
Because he doesn't know that it's the imputation of the. He's
Huh?
not negating the imputation of the labeled flower. He's only seeing the atoms.
No. So if you ask, is there the flower? What is his answer? No. Which means he has seen the absence of the flower. It says that through not finding the object of the investigation, the non-existence of that thing is claimed. Non-existence of the, meaning emptiness. Non-existence, emptiness of the flower is claimed. Yes, Alban, you said something?
It's a concept, I mean, that it's not just looking through a microscope and seeing the atoms and protons.
So if you ask the person, is there a flower, what's the answer?
So there's no flower, but you won't understand it as emptiness. You see
No. But the answer is not understand. If you ask the question, do you see a flower, what's the answer? No.
He doesn't see a flower.
Is there a flower? No. What happened to the flower? Flower disappeared, right? So the disappearance of the flower is seen.
Becomes not a flower, but the flower is not what you're trying. You're trying to negate the inherent existence.
So you have gone to, that person has gone too close to the object and saw that the flower is empty, right?
Yeah.
So you have seen the emptiness of the
No,
flower.
but there's still that gap between the observer and the object. There's still that gap. So he's not seeing it clearly.
Okay, there's still a gap. Okay, that's interesting. There's a gap
Seeing
there.
through electron microscope doesn't necessarily give a person, the observer, the wisdom realizing emptiness.
Oh, how not? He has seen the emptiness, right? He has seen that the flower disappears.
See the microscope, he knows that he's looking through the things.
Electron microscope,
Find
yes.
that.
So this is alternate analysis. Through alternate analysis, the object disappears. What you find with alternate analysis is emptiness. That person finds this. Yes, Arjuna-ji.
That has to be extrapolated to all the objects.
Yes.
Electron microscope is just an analogy. It's not a.
Oh, just an analogy. Okay, that's interesting.
It should come spontaneous.
Wow. Electron microscope is just an analogy. And then the other one is also an analogy, right? You go into the, say the flower, the first atom is not the flower, it's also an analogy. Yes, Undila?
Until the person has the attraction towards the flower, until then he has not realized the meaning of the flower.
Okay, this is also interesting. But the question is,
on the
right?
first glance,
So
on the
the-
first glance, if he, on the first glance,
Yes.
on the seeing the emptiness flower or seeing the flower through the electron microscope, if he destroys the attraction towards the flower that he sees with naked eye.
Okay, let's say that seeing the emptiness, no, seeing through the electron microscope, you see that flower disappears. If that's the effect for him, that attachment to the flower when looking at the naked eyes, when that is cut, when that disappears, which means a person seeing the emptiness when looking through the electron microscope. Whereas if when going back with the naked eyes to the flower, if the attachment is still there, earlier perception of that flower disappears is not the experience of emptiness. This is what you've been saying? Very good. Anyone else? Anyone else?
His experience should be with his own senses and the mind, not with the electron microscope.
The second, what?
His experience of emptiness
Should be
without the electron microscope.
I see. Emptiness experience should be without the electron microscope. Okay. So now.
Rather without any external gap.
Okay, without any external objects, right? Okay. Now what you do is that say Rajanji, you bring a friend who stood against emptiness, who's not happy with emptiness, right? Bring the person, we show him the electron microscope, the plant disappears. You getting it? Okay, then I ask the person, hey, don't forget this experience. Then you take away the electron microscope, take it back to America. Then ask the person, hey, now think about the flower when you were looking at the electron microscope. Electron microscope is not there. Now he's conceptual thinking, yes, what happened to the flower? Flower disappears, right? Without the external objects, he could still remember that experience that the flower disappears. Is that experience emptiness?
I think
No, but without external objects,
that is his memory of the experience with the electron.
Okay, memory of the electron. Now the electron microscope is a problem, which makes us not to realize emptiness. This is one.
Geshela, if he realizes that the flower does not exist inherently as a flower, and then that would be emptiness, not just seeing the atoms of the flower as emptiness.
Then what should be the emptiness experience?
Emptiness, I think the person would understand that it's emptiness of flower if he realizes that the flower does not exist from its own side as a flower.
He realized that, right? From its own side, the flower is not there, it disappears. Yes, Raviji?
No, but the flower is still there.
Oh, that's true, the flower is still there. Even if I see the emptiness, still the flower is there, right? Even if Arya Nagarjuna.
The object is still, the object which is the flower is still there.
That's true, okay. So say Bodhisattva Shantideva is managing an emptiness of flower, Rami, and I will still, there's a flower still there.
Yeah,
Right? So Bodhisattva Shantideva, what he is meditating is not meditation emptiness. There's a flower still there. Rami and I can see it. Right? Yes, Ravi.
Actually, earlier we said that the emptiness can be only realized when somebody enters the path of seeing.
No. Okay. When does one see emptiness? Which part? Gate, paragate, parasamgali bodhisattva. When does one have the experience of emptiness? When?
Can be even before that.
Before that.
Very good. Some people before even the first gate. Some people during the first gate, right? But during the first gate, somehow you must have to have the experience of emptiness. During the first gate. First gate, there are 3 levels. There are 3 levels. When you reach the second level, the middle, small, middle, and great, small. What's the first gate, by the way? So show us something later on when you go back to show us you may instead of 5 paths, you may say gate path, paragate path, paragate path. Okay, that is use the technical terms. What's the first gate? Path of preparation.
Path of accumulation.
Path of accumulation. Okay, path of accumulation. First part, path of accumulation. Path of accumulation has 3 divisions. Small path of accumulation, middle path of accumulation, great path of accumulation. 3. From these 3, if you have not realized emptiness before you enter into the first path, you must have to have the experience of emptiness when you reach the second of the first path. What is the second first path? Middle of the path of the accumulation. There you must experience emptiness. Without experience emptiness, you cannot go beyond that point, right? Okay, so, but in some cases, people can realize emptiness way before entering the small of the bottom accumulation, right? Okay, yes, Dr. Anand.
So the wisdom of emptiness, if you see, then that must remove the negativities.
Yes, true.
So if you just look through the electron microscope and you see that the flower disappears, but it does not serve to remove the negativities, then it is not the wisdom of emptiness. So it's not actually seeing the emptiness of the flower.
Okay, so what Dr. Anand is saying and what Damdul is saying, what two of you are saying is tackling, not directly, tackling related to the consequences. There should be the consequence, positive implications, right? If the positive implications are not happening, which means that you have not realized emptiness, even though you think that the flower disappears, it doesn't mean anything. This is what two of them are saying. But what I'm asking is, I'm asking on the basis of the direct question, so that you subjecting the flower to the electron microscope, which Acharya is not too happy with, it doesn't matter. Subjecting the flower to the electron microscope as the ultimate analysis, right? Then the flower disappears, right? The flower disappears. So it says, through not finding the object of investigation. Object of investigation is a flower, and flower disappears. Not finding object of investigation is the non-existence of that thing, meaning the emptiness of that thing. That's what you find. Not seeing anything is seeing the reality. Not seeing anything is seeing the supreme, right? So through this, okay. So everything, all steps, all factors are intact there. So why don't you call it as seeing emptiness, right? In terms of the implications, okay, is something I understand, both of you, But what is lacking there? With directly, can you explain something direct to this? Yes, Ramaji?
Just seeing that the flower is not there cannot be extrapolated to all the other phenomena in this world.
Why not?
Because if you have...
The same electron microscope you can apply to Ramaji. You can apply to me, I disappear, Ramaji disappear, Bangalore disappear, everything disappears, right? You can extrapolate, but extrapolate this to everything else.
Yeah, but then you need electron microscope for bus, you need for, so many other things to realize emptiness of each and everything. So this is very superficial understanding of emptiness. If you really have emptiness realization, then you should be able to realize emptiness of all the objects wherever you see without electron microscope.
That's interesting. But if you are quite intelligent, quite smart, by seeing with the electron microscope, oh, it's very fascinating. I thought the flower is like this, but through electron microscope it disappears, right? The same thing will happen to Rashmi, Rita, Dr. Anita, Wangila, Shweta, to everyone. Everyone will disappear. Wow, it's amazing, right?
That is only intellectual understanding.
So first the emptiness should be realized intellectually. Then go through reflection. Then through meditation. This is the system, how we have to put it. Yes, Krishna.
But it's not because I realize that the flower disappears, that I realize that the flower is the creation of my mind. Even if I realize that the flower disappears, maybe I don't realize completely that the flower is the creation of my mind.
Okay, this is very interesting. The flower disappears, then what is that flower which you see? Still you may not be able to say that it's coming from your mind, right?
Yeah.
Still you may not know that it is created by your own mind, which means that person has not realized emptiness. To realize emptiness, you should see the emptiness of flowers, emptiness from the object side, that the flower exists from the subjective side. Competition must be here. Okay, this is another very interesting way of seeing. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let me say, right? I put on a mask, a girl's mask, and you think that there's a girl there, right? And then, coming closer to you, I remove the mask. You see me, right? Okay, where is this girl? It's the same person, right? So, the appearance changes. Appearance change, but it's the same person. You getting it? Okay. Say first it appears as a flower without the electron microscope. Now with the electron microscope, the flower moves. What is left? Electrons are left. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing there. It's just a perception difference, but it's the same thing there. Which there? Objectively there. Right? So therefore still the grasping of objectively. It's just a name change. It's just a perception change. Objectively still is the same thing. You're getting it? So therefore there's still the clinging to the objective existence of the flower. Right? It's just a change in label. It's just the same object. Okay. Okay. So this is a very serious question. Okay, now we have to go a little further. Where are we now?
33.
Huh? 33. Okay, to not finding the object of investigation. Okay, we watch short of time. Okay, fine, good. To not finding the object of investigation, the non-existence of that thing is claimed. Then lacking a basis, how can the emptiness of a thing stand in front of mind? Okay, now let's see. Okay, the flower. Let's say the flower. When will you get experience that through not finding object, when will you get experience that you don't find the object? When will that happen?
When we put it to ultimate
When you subject the object to ultimate analysis. Very good. When you subject the object to ultimate analysis, what happens to the object? The object disappears. You find the emptiness of the object. You get it? You find the emptiness of the object. Okay. Now to make it more dramatic, some of you may have heard about it, heard of this. To make it more dramatic, how many of you been to airport or metro like this? All, right? Okay, say in the metro, airport, you have to put your bags in the X-ray machine, right? Okay, check in, right? Handbag, okay, check in. Security check, you X-ray machine. Let's say there are two X-ray machines, right? There are two X-ray machines. One X-ray machine, you put this flower, what comes out? Flower comes out. One X-ray machine you put in, right? The flower disappears. Emptiness of flower comes out. Alright? Now, X-ray machine, where you put the flower comes out, that is known as the conventional analysis. X-ray machine, where you put the flower and emptiness of the flower comes out, that is the ultimate analysis. X-ray machine of the conventional analysis, X-ray machine of the ultimate analysis. Okay, now it says, what is that? 33. Through not finding the object of investigation, right? You put this flower into the second X-ray machine. Which is X-ray machine, second one? Ultimate. You put it there, what will come out? Absence of the flower come out. So, through not finding, my flower disappeared, you don't find the flower, right? Okay, not finding the object of investigation, what have you found? You have found the ultimate reality of the flower. Non-existence of that thing, emptiness of that thing is found. Now, emptiness of what came out? Flower. In the ultimate analysis, what came out?
emptiness of the
flower came out. Now you pick up the emptiness of the flower and put it in the same machine. What will come out?
emptiness of the emptiness of flower.
Emptiness of flower will come out. Right? Even the emptiness of flower will disappear.
Wow.
You are getting it? Not only the flower disappears, you subject the emptiness of flower into the same X-ray machine, even the emptiness of the flower will disappear, emptiness will come out. Okay. So it says that then lacking a basis, the emptiness of flower, what is the basis? Flower is the basis. On the basis of the flower, then you describe the emptiness of flower. The emptiness of flower, the basis is the flower disappears. So without a basis, objective existence of flower, how can the emptiness of flower exist objectively? Right? How do you know this? Put the emptiness of flower into this X-ray, what will come out? Emptiness of flower will disappear. Emptiness of flower will come out. Okay. So in a way, what is being said is that when you see the emptiness of flower, some people, they feel so attached to the emptiness of flower. Right? Oh, flower doesn't exist objectively, but the emptiness of flower, this is so precious, right? Then you see, if you look at the objective existence of the emptiness of the flower, you see the emptiness of the flower to be objectively real, right? And then you state this meditation. This will not help you to remove your miseries. You getting it? So it says that they're lacking a basis. How can the emptiness of a thing stand in front of the mind? Which mind? Mind of ultimate analysis. The mind of ultimate analysis. 34. When neither a truly existent functional thing nor the emptiness of the functional thing stands before the mind. Which mind? Ultimate analysis. Say, functional thing like the flower. Which of the two things come out? Right? When you put the flower comes out, or the emptiness of the flower, put it there, emptiness of the flower. Which of the two things come out from there?
Emptiness of flower.
Oh, emptiness of flower, when you put it, then emptiness of flower comes out?
Emptiness of the flower.
My question is, which of the two, when you put into this machine, right, will come as it is? Neither. You put the flower disappear. Put the emptiness of flower will disappear. You getting it? Neither will come out. So it says, 34. When neither the truly existent functional thing nor the emptiness of the functional thing stands before the mind, meaning before which mind? Ultimate analysis. Then having no other object of apprehension, right? So say if your mind is the ultimate, if your mind is the ultimate analysis, in this experience, what stands? The flower stands, no flower disappears. Emptiness of flower stands, emptiness of flower disappears, right? So in this experience, you as ultimate analysis, whatever you subject this to this your analysis, everything disappears. So what happens? You become, with respect to objective existence, nothing is there. Nothing is there. So your mind becomes free of all objects. That is the total pacification. Okay. 34. When neither the truly existent functional thing nor the emptiness of the functional thing stands before the mind, then having no other object of apprehension to this mind analysis ultimate, there is full pacification, full peace, right? Okay, say, oh, the weather is very cold, the weather affects you. Oh no, the weather is very hot, the weather affects you, right? Okay, so things can easily affect you. Oh, this is so nice, it affects you. So when there's nothing in this experience, not just saying that I'm just thinking of nothing, it's not ultimate analysis. When you subject your mind in the form of ultimate analysis, in the face of this ultimate analysis, nothing can stand there. So no object stands in front of you. So nothing is there which pulls you and which pushes you. Involuntary pull and push stops. You getting it? Involuntary pull and push stops. Okay, somebody suddenly comes and grabs you, right? Grabs you and pull like this. Are you happy?
No.
What do you say? No human rights. You will say no human rights. Human rights violation. Right? Okay. Because there's a loss of freedom. Because you don't have the choice whether you should come forward or back. The person's pushing like this. Likewise, involuntary pull and push. So when you go to the shopping malls, right? When you go to big shopping malls, okay, say there are some brands. What brands are they? What clothes brands are they?
Diesel,
Calvin
Klein.
No, tell me one.
Lee.
Calvin Klein.
Calvin?
Lee.
Lee. Okay, let's say Lee, right? You see the Lee brand there, right? And your eyes, your eye, wow, I like it. Actually, it's not, I like it. You have lost your freedom. You cannot freely move around. Your eyes is constantly there. So that has trapped you now, right? You cannot freely roam around, right? Your friend says, hey Rahim, come. Yes, wait. You're already trapped by this. Right? You have lost your freedom. But we will not realize that this is loss of freedom. You say, I like it. Actually, you are trapped. Right? It is like in a prison. A prison guard who is very smart, right? And the government the government says that make sure that the prisoner does not escape. The prisoner, you should keep for 1 month, right? Whatever you need out, the government will supply you, but you have to keep him for 1 month. Don't let him escape, right? And after 1 month, termination of the prisoner, right? And the prisoner does not know that. And you can do anything, you can get all the money from the government. So what you do is that not you are the prisoner, your prison guard will make a swimming pool for you, will make a garden for you, right? Right, and put delicious food, garden, everything there, okay. Then you don't feel that it's prison. Wow, I like it. Then your friend comes, hey, no, get out, escape. What escape, right? If you want, I will tell my friend to invite you also. You say, no, I don't want to come. So, and then, no, I'm enjoying it. I like it. I don't want to go out. I like it. No, it's trapped. You are trapped there. Right? After 1 month, finish. Right? So therefore, this is what is meant by the loss of freedom. You are unaware of. We are unaware of, yet we experience a loss of freedom. Right? This is a trap. Likewise, when we see things as objectively real, this is a trap. Oh, there. Okay. So it says that when all this involuntary, the trap disappears. When the involuntary trap disappears, good things, bad things, all disappears in your experience, right? The mind freely stays. Right? Okay. Some people, oh yes, I want to go to attend the teaching in Montfort, right? Montfort, but I have to take care of my young, daughter, young son, my brother, my sister. I have to take care of it. I have this. So you're trapped by these. You getting it? You're trapped. Okay. So the point is, when all these things dissolve, when do these things dissolve? When you assume your mind in the form of ultimate analysis, everything dissolves. At that point, there's nothing there which will pull you and push you. You agree with me? Involuntary pull and push stops. Involuntary pull and push stops. Which means loss of freedom disappears. Freedom is gained. That is a total pacification, total freedom, and oftentimes it is described as finding the final rest of your mind. Your mind rests at that point. You getting it? Yes, Raviji?
Exactly. Will the same situation would work when I'm walking in the center of the road and the vehicles moving all around me?
Okay, the point is, this meditation, I don't know whether I want you. Don't do this meditation when you're driving. Don't do this meditation when you're driving. Don't do this meditation when you're in the center, in the middle of the oh. Maybe mosquitoes will also listen.
Anita, keep it open.
Mosquitoes will also listen to teaching. Yeah. Yeah. That's maybe better. Yeah.
Let them find us.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So the point is that say when we are in the middle of the traffic or when we are in the pubs, right? Pub or pubs? Pub is it singular, pubs plural. So there, right, our mind is so weak. Lucky if you could still meditate. Everything dissolves. Amazing. You cannot do it, right? You cannot do it. So therefore it will make more confusion. In a pub, make it a pub. Right? If you don't want the pub, then get out and do the meditation. Go to the meditation, come out. When you really become highly realized, Gati, Gati, Paragati, beyond Paragati level, then you go to the pub. Well, you can go there.
Stopped.
I think the battery actually. I'll use the battery.
Do you want a pen?
Okay. Can you hear me?
No.
No.
I think something light.
Can you hear me?
No.
No.
It wasn't the right.
The blue light is not coming. The blue light is not coming yet. I have to.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay. So with this, the point is that we can have two minds. Mind analyzing the ultimate, mind analyzing the convention. Two, right? And if somebody wants to just achieve personal liberation, and you have reached a very stable experience of the ultimate analysis, meditation, then the person will not really go into the traffics. The person, if one is interested in personal liberation, usually these people will not go in public. They will go stay by themselves, to meditate on emptiness and so forth. Whereas, if you are interested to benefit others from the Bodhisattva path, then you need both. Ultimate analysis, conventional analysis, you need both. Right? Because with the conventional analysis, then your compassion can grow. You see the dependent origination, then your compassion, your 6 perfections, 10 perfections, they all grow on the basis of the conventional analysis. With the ultimate analysis, only the wisdom of emptiness can grow. Right? So it depends on what you want. Okay. But I'm very serious. When you're driving, I'm very serious, I'm not joking. When you're driving, don't think of emptiness. When you're driving actually, and when you're, some people, they are very young boys, and they are, it's really, sometimes what a commitment, right? They are motorbiking, and they are listening to the music, and they're text messaging together. 3 things happening. Too much. It is just killing yourself, right? So therefore, when driving, don't meditate emptiness. I'm saying this. Don't meditate emptiness when you're driving. Stop. You want to meditate? Stop on a sign and then meditate. Don't meditate when you're driving, when you are, biking. Don't do that. Okay. In the middle of the very busy traffic, you're walking, don't meditate emptiness. Rather meditate who's around me. That is more important. Be very practical, right? At home, when there's no danger from outside, then you can meditate on emptiness. Okay, good. And then when you're in metro, meditate on emptiness. Keep your bag well, and then meditate on emptiness, right?
Anti-theft backpacks.
Huh?
There are some anti-theft backpacks also.
Okay, right? Okay, in metro is amazing to meditate emptiness. You don't have the responsibility, right? We just sit there and meditate. It's amazing. Okay. Okay. Okay, we have. Okay. Where are we now?
45.
Okay, 34, the last line. There is full pacification in a state without mental apprehension. What is that? When you experience this ultimate analysis, then all the objectification stops there's no object left there to make you to fall into the involuntary pull and push. Involuntary pull and push stops. Total pacification of what pulls and push stops. Total pacification happens. So that experience, depending on how profound you can stay in this experience, how profound you can stay in this experience, how stable you are in this experience. If you're very stable, depends. In this total pacification happens. The minimum stages, you reach the level of paragati. When you see emptiness non-dualistically, total pacification happens. Then, whether you are in the paragati or whether you are in the parasangati, within parasangati, 10 bhumis, whether you are in the first bhumi, second bhumi, third bhumi, depends on how stable you are in this meditation. And what determines the stability of meditation? To what extent the self-grasping ignorance is deleted? To what extent self-grasping ignorance is cleansed? You're getting it? Okay, that extent the stability comes. Stability is determined, it is proportion to the cleansing of the self-grasping ignorance. The more the self-grasping ignorance cleansed, the stability of the total pacification experience is stronger, is more. Okay, so on that basis, then the cleansing happens, then the truth of the cessation of suffering starts to happen. Of the Four Noble Truths, number 3. What is the truth? Truth of the cessation of suffering. That action happens from part of seeing onwards, not below that. Right? Then, what extent you have cleansed the mental defilements, that extent you achieved that degree of the truth of the cessation. Within the truth of cessation, there are so many layers. Alright? Okay. Okay. A tea break. We'll come back in. Okay, I think we'll come back 5:30. We'll come back 5:30. We have like 45 minutes.
Geshela, I want to do meditation on emptiness. Were you not telling us that we'll do meditation on emptiness?
Say it again.
Were you not telling that we'll do meditation on emptiness?
I told you, we have to do meditation every time I'm saying.
No, I thought you were going to do with us now.
Now.
No.
Did I say this?
I thought so.
Did I say this?
No.
It is very precious though. It's so precious to do the meditation. We need the time. You can get, so let's see that, okay, let's see with this text. So we have tomorrow whole day. Today and the sessions there. Day after tomorrow we have 2 sessions. 1 session, only one. Well, after 10:30, which means just 1 session.
Your flight is at 1:30, Geshela.
Okay.
I mean, you have to leave from here at 1:30.
Okay, then we can have 2 sessions.
Yeah, why not?
We can have 2 sessions. If I leave by 1:30, then we can have 2 sessions. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So
Okay.
one question to ask you. If you're an artist and you're painting and you're totally focused on that work, then isn't that a meditation?
No. Don't mix up the 2 things. Meditation, there are so many meditations. Meditation emptiness and meditation, these 2 are different. Right? Say if you're an artist and you are just lost in this theme, you are simply submerged in this meditation, the painting or in the music, right? In the music or the painting like this, then, right, your mind is sucked up by this painting or the music. So there, if you could mindful, okay, hold on, right? Even this painting is empty of objective existence. Even this music is empty of objective existence. More importantly, the feeling, that very pleasant feeling coming in me, even that is empty of objective existence. You're getting it? That is meditation. It's very powerful meditation. The more you are emotionally stirred, emotionally, fluctuated, the more you meditate on the emptiness of that object which fluctuates your emotions, that is very effective meditation emptiness. Very good. Okay, tea break.